Danny Marsh, private arm of the law, and his crusade against crime.
I'm Danny Marsh, private eye, with headquarters in Metro City. Reggie and I were dead certain that the middle-aged woman who just fled into one of the more impressive Scottsville homes was Gus Hannon in disguise. At the door, we brushed past the servant and made an ungentlemanly lunge for the lady of the house. She turned out to be just that, the lady of the house. You didn't have to be very bright to realize that Mrs. Gussie Steele was Gus Hannon's twin sister. As we were getting the old heave-ho, Joseph, the chauffeur, sprung a trapdoor in the floor.
Hey, Danny! Criminally, what did we walk into anyway?
Don't you see what happened?
Yeah, sure. I mean, no.
Gus Hannon went into that barber shop to work a deal for hiding out here in Scottsville.
With that dame upstairs, huh?
Yeah, with Gussie. And when she walked out, Gus was counting on us thinking he was disguised as a woman.
Well, what do you know? That baby upstairs is really the guy's twin sister.
And like twin dopes, we followed her here and fell for the oldest gang in the world, a trapdoor. We looked around for ways and means of getting back among the living, but the cellar was like a tomb, a dungeon. At the head of a short flight of stairs was a heavy steel door.
Alcatraz ain't got nothing on this place. What now?
And we may as well make ourselves comfortable for the nonce.
For the what?
For the time being, Pally.
Oh, nonce, huh?
While I was increasing Reggie's vocabulary, twins Gussie and Gus were upstairs working out a deal.
I can assure you, Gus, Joseph here knows any number of novel ways of disposing of your friends downstairs.
Yes, madam, any number.
That I can well believe, Gussie. But for $20,000, blackmail, extortion, that's what it is. Why, do you think I'd let you hold me up for 20 grand?
Very well. I'll make it 50.
What?
My dear brother, as the saying goes, you're on the lam. I hold all the cards now.
You're crucifying your own brother.
And even if you could get rid of Danny Marsh for 50 cents, it would do you no good. I wouldn't let you get to him.
I've got to, Gussie. That man won't rest till he catches up with me.
Well, in that case, I think I'll make the price 75 grand.
Why, you ungrateful...
Joseph, throw this man out of my house.
Take your filthy paws off of me, you cheap small-town hood.
If you say so, madam, I'll...
Oh, I think not, Joseph. After all, he is my brother.
For the love of heaven, Gussie. You know I'm a wanted man. I can't just walk out and put my hands on such money.
I can keep you safe from the law, Gus. Since we're such identical twins, why not take advantage of it?
What do you mean?
You remain in Scottsville and masquerade as Mrs. Gussie Steele.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's crazy. A scheme to get me in your power.
Joseph, search my brother.
No, Gussie.
Let the pleasure be yours, madam.
A veritable little fortune, Joseph. And we're not through with him yet.
May I ask about your plans for the gentleman downstairs?
March and that monstrous buffoon with him shall be buried alongside the others, right downstairs in this house.
Stand by for Space Barton. Space Barton on Mars and beyond.
Space Barton reporting from the planet Mars. It seemed that my enemy Baroque had finally won out. He had gained control of the Beastmen, the Malagines, and Jackie and I were to be sacrificed to Beelzebub, the monster god who lurked at the bottom of their cursed sacrificial pool. At the signal, a dozen or more Malagines cut me from the litter and held me over their heads. With all my strength, I fought back, but my limbs seemed turned to putty. For a second, I was held aloft. Then I was thrown far, far out over the black, murky waters of the death pool. I sucked in a lungful of air. Down, down, down I plunged, and suddenly a shadow, darker than the water engulfing me, began to move in my direction. Then I saw it, a monster like a giant octopus, but instead of tentacles, the horrible creature had arms and hands like those of a human, and a gigantic curved beak which could sever a man's body with one snap.
Listen, I can hear them. We're almost there.
Oh, we're going to be too late. I'm afraid we're going to be too late.
Maybe not. If we can't save Space and Jackie, at least we can stop this mad scientist Baroque.
Look ahead. There are the cells.
Good. See, Thurston, they're playing with empty octagons. Baroque was teaching them well. They know how to load, fire, and eject. Now, all we have to do is provide them with ammunition and the orders to advance.
And pray that they will obey your commands. After all, you are not broke.
No, for that I'm thankful. But there must be a cache of live ammunition somewhere here.
Look, over there.
Yes, the ammunition. And also a cabin labeled Safety Command Post.
Then even Baroque was not sure he could control his beastmen.
He intended to take shelter in his cave. Use a disintegrated gun to knock down the barriers to the cell.
Then scream commands to the Malagines from this safe place.
Exactly. Baroque discovered what we Martians already knew. The Malagines have such a low level of intelligence that although you can command them, you can't always control them. Crouch down in the command shelter while I blast the cells open.
They are bewildered. They do not know what to do.
Malagines, the moment is here. Your enemies wait for you by the pool of heaven. Load your octagons and charge! Charge!
They're beginning to move. They are loading the octagons.
They're heading up the tunnel. The trick is going to work.
Maybe we can still save the lives of Space and Jackie.
From the moment the monster looped his long fingers around my arms, I was nearly helpless. My two hands were useless against an opponent who had 6. In the pale underwater light of the pool, I could see its huge eyes staring at me. His giant beak curved open, as slowly he drew me nearer and nearer. He snapped. I twisted sidewards and kicked out. His beak closed on my plate boot. I dragged my foot out of it and the leather was crushed by those iron jaws. What could be my next move?
And now for Kid Champion.
Hello there, I'm Lucky Skinner, manager of Kid Champion. Well, you know, renting that training camp out at Pine Knoll in preparation for the bull ransom fight was one of the best things I've ever done. Right from the very start, things began to click. The kid liked the place 100%, and this time he bore down on his training. But it seems there has to be a fly in every ointment, and the fly in my particular ointment was Percy Ash, the kid's sparring partner. Percy was a mighty good sparring partner. He was big and he was tough. But there were times when he was also absent-minded.
Come on, Percy, let's go.
Huh? Oh, yes.
Here's the left for you, Percy. Here's the right.
And the time has come to have a fight. Say, that's rather good.
Hey, I'm over here behind you, Percy.
Oh, yes. All right, hold it. I've had all I can take.
Oh, what's the matter? What are you stopping it for, Lucky?
Guess why? Could you kindly give us the benefit of your full attention, Mr. Ash? Or have you got more important matters on your mind? Oh, me? Yes, you. Are you in a trance or something? Well, no, I was kind of thinking of an idea, Lucky. Look, when you're in there sparring with the kid, you let me think of the ideas. Now, have you got that, Percy?
I'll lay off him, Lucky. He was doing all right.
Oh, was he? Now, suppose you come out here and take my job then, kid. And I'll go in there and take yours.
Okay, I stand corrected. You got nice little ways of pointing things up, Lucky.
Look, you got a fight coming up with Bull Ransom in a few more days, kid. And you better bear this in mind, that he's going to be no pushover.
Well, nobody said he was.
All right, then. Suppose you let me run these sparring partners of yours the way I see fit. Look, what did I do wrong, Lucky? I've been sparring with the kid the best I know how. Your sparring's fine, Percy, when you stick with it. But when you stop and daydream, that's no good. We got a fight camp here, not a poem factory. Oh, that? Yes, that. Now, either you get to work or else. Sure, Lucky, sure. From now on, I'll really work. From now on, I shall never shirk.
Percy, you kill me.
Speaking of killing, if I had a good big club right now. Okay, Lucky. I'll get down to work. All right, then. Give the kid some opposition. Work on his body, Percy. Ransom's a body puncher. Okay. All right, let's go. Now, that's the stuff. Now you're working. That looks more like it. Watch it, kid. Watch it. Don't walk straight into them. You're going to get your block knocked off. Always roll with a punch like that. All right, now, let's see you cut loose.
Watch it, Percy. I'm coming after you.
Okay, kid. And the kid sure did go after him. He just seemed to be all springs and muscles as he tore into Big Percy. As I said, Percy was tough, but he couldn't take what the kid was dishing out. He tried to bore in for the body, but the kid straightened him out with the left. And then he crossed with a dynamite right. Percy went down. And I mean he went down. And instantly the kid was sorry.
Oh, I didn't have to hit him that hard.
I'm okay, kid. Well, that's enough for today. That's the way to work, kid. That's the way you got to work if you're going to get anywhere in this game. Yes, if the kid kept that up, he'd have a fairly good chance to get to the top within the short time that the doctors had given his father to live. And the kid was dead set on doing just that. But I had my doubts.